Hi guys, and welcome back to Art with Abigail. Okay guys, so for this week's video, it's going to be online art because of the pandemic and things like that. So it is going to be Thanksgiving, but it's going to be online. So to do this, the materials that you're going to need is a device that has internet and some apps. So I'm going to show you two different apps because I'm sure you'll have at least one of them. You can just skip through if you only have one app. So the first app I'm going to do is Pages. It's just called Pages. And then the second app I'm going to do is Google Slides. For the Pages, you can actually draw on it. For the Google Slides, you'll have to research, you'll have to type things out and stuff like that. But they're pretty similar and they work great. And in this video, I'll also be showing you how to send them to your grandparents, uncles, whoever you're going to do. So yeah, if you haven't noticed already, the art project is going to be Thanksgiving cards. I'm not expecting you to make them this week. I'm not expecting you to even have to do this. But this is just a fun thing to do as Thanksgiving comes up. And so yeah, so how you would send these is you would email them. Or you could print them out and mail them, whatever works for you. But I recommend email, and the method I'm going to show you is email. So, I'm sorry that the video is going to be very long, about 29 minutes, half an hour to 39 minutes, 29 minutes, but the thing I wanted to tell you is, so, some parts I'm going to be doing, like finishing drawing in my turkey, because Thanksgiving. You get it. So you guys, I recommend you just skip through those parts. And then while I was doing the Google Slides, my keyboard was giving me some problems, so I had to take a minute to figure that out. So I also recommend you skip through that part. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay guys, so this is the first option for the app inside of Pages. What I did is I hit the plus sign, and now I'm scrolling through trying to find the kind of template I want to start on. I'm noticing, hey, here's something for cards, because I'm going to make a Thanksgiving card, and nothing looks good. And I'm noticing this thing called blank book, and I'm pressing on it, and I'm realizing, yeah, no. So now I'm pressing that. The plus sign again, I'm noticing there's a blank option. I'm looking at it, thinking about it, and I'm thinking, okay. So now I'm just going to start playing. So the first thing I recommend you doing is just look around, look at some of the features, see what they do, click on things. Okay. Now, so to start your card, the first thing you're going to want to do is to take a picture of yourself. So I'm taking a picture of myself here, and I'm going to use the photo, and I'm going to put it down in the corner of my card. You don't have to do this, but this is something I recommend, so you're it's the same as handing them the card. They can see you, see what you're looking like if you haven't seen them in a while. And then I'm just going to look at all the settings, make sure they look good. I don't really know what any of them mean though, because they're really complicated. Next thing I'm going to do is look at the settings, see if they have what I want. And they do. I want drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to spread it out on all around there. So spread it out. So inside these borders is where I can draw. I can't draw outside of them. Now I'm going to click on the writing thing I want, and I'm going to change the settings. I'm going to test it. I'm going to think that's not the kind of thing I want. And then I'm going to move on to the next one, see if that's what I want. I think that's what I want. Okay. So you can just play around with these, see which one you want. And then I'm going to pick my color. I'm using the pen. And now I'm going to start writing, if I can work with it. If you can't figure out how to work with it, then keep playing around with it. It turns out I had to add another one of the drawing screens over it later in here. So now you're gonna write Happy Thanksgiving. You can write whatever you like. You can write whatever you like. But this is just the testing one. So what this is before we make the real one, we're just going to test some ideas, think, what am I going to want to do? I'm going to want to do this Happy Thanksgiving in a bubble next to a picture of me. There we go. I'm going to have to re-put this over my screen. Okay. Now I'm choosing my things again, and I recommend you do. Great. Now what you're going to do is you're going to write a note, like you would in a card. And it helps if you spell things right. And what you do if you don't is you click on your pencil, and if you don't like this option of that, you click on it again and you move it to Object Eraser. And it just wipes it out for you. And I'm erasing everything because I'm deciding I don't really like this platform, and as you guys know, that was just my, beginning thing. I'm kind of eyeballing this thing up here. I'm thinking about, do I want these? And you can choose any of them, but I'm going to choose blank landscape because that one looks good. So now I'm going to do what I did, except this time I'm going to go to drawing first, and I'm going to add that over my screen first. Gonna make it fit the way around. Now I'm going to take my picture of me. Now I have my picture of me, and I'm going to put it in the corner like I like it. You can put it wherever you want. You don't have to, as I recently mentioned. And then I'm going to add another one of these over my screen to change the borders a little bit. But if I go too far, as you can see, I'm get rid of my picture. So be careful and mindful of that if you use blank landscape. Now I'm choosing to write with a crayon, and I'm thinking I like it. So I'm going to start by writing Happy Thanksgiving. And since this is your final one, I recommend writing in some of your best handwriting, even though I know that can be very hard when you're using a screen. Okay. Now I'm going to draw around it, that bubble that I liked. And it goes a little bit over my picture, and that's okay because that's not a part of my picture that I need. And when you're doing this, if you choose to do this, you're going to want to be mindful about using Thanksgiving colors. You don't have to, but I really do recommend it. Now I'm going to switch into some more of those colors that are close to Thanksgiving, and I'm going to start drawing my turkey. And this is just a fun way to resemble Thanksgiving, but you do not have to do this. So I'm going to start by drawing the feathers in the back. I'm going to switch my colors a little bit. Now I'm making the body. And this does not have to be the most perfect body because when you color the feathers, it will go over this. I want the bottom to be a little bit bigger than the head top. Now I'm going to make my brush bigger so I can color that all in. And feel free to fast forward on this part if you do not feel like watching me color in a turkey. Okay guys, you can tell I'm now done coloring the body. So now I'm going to start the feathers. I'm going to change my color once more, and I'm going to start drawing the feathers. I'm not going to use the exact outline that I made earlier, but I'm going to try to follow it a little bit. So, feather around that area, and as you can see, I'm going over my brown, which is fine, and just coloring that in. And I will have to do it again because as you can see that orange underneath is peeking through. Now I'm going to take my eraser, make sure it's on pixel eraser. I'm going to go and I'm going to try to erase some of that orange that's in between. I got some of the wing out, the feather out, so now I'm taking my yellow back, and that's great because I have to touch up the other side too. I don't want it to be fully colored in, but I don't want you to be able to see other colors through. So I'm going to have a total of 7 feathers, so I'm going to need 2 more. And I'm going to do those ones in red. You can do them in whatever color you would like, or you don't even have to do a turkey. It's totally your choice. And now I'm going to redo the body, but trying to follow my same outline from last time. And so you guys can fast forward through this part if you do not want to watch me film a turkey again. Okay guys, so I'm done doing that. So now I'm going to start making the feet and legs. I don't know how many legs a turkey actually has, but I'm not very concerned about that. So I just did it with the color of brown that I used for that. And now I'm going to go back to my colors and I'm going to hit 1 over to try to make it lighter. I realize I actually did not, but I'm fine with that. And I'm just going to outline them a little bit better. It doesn't look perfect, but I am content with it. Now you can weave through and choose what colors you're going to pick, but I'm choosing a lighter orange to make the beak. Now I'm going to blue and I'm putting in the eyes. If you are doing a turkey, you can design the face however you would like. Now I'm seeing if I want to take black and outline it a little bit. I'm deciding that does not look good, so I'm going to hit the undo button, which is the arrow facing, depending on what you're doing it, the way I'm doing it, it's facing the left. Now I'm going to switch my colors. I don't want to use exactly black, so I'm going to pick a darker color, but with this color, what I'm going to do is write my message. You can write yours however you would like, but I'm going to start with deer. Yeah, that's not how you spell it. I'm spelling it wrong. Okay, and that's when I get to use my eraser, or the back arrow. Deer. And I know I'm writing kind of slow, so you can just fast forward through this part if you do not want to watch me write out my message. Alright guys, so now I have my message done, I have my turkey done, I have my title done. Now that what is left to do is sign your name. love Abigail, love whatever your name is, whoever's watching this. You can do love from just your name. Okay, now I'm just going to finish up editing the heart. You can skip through this part, and then I'm going to show you how to send it. Okay guys, so now that I'm done with the heart, I'm going to show you to send it. See the icon at the top with the person and plus? You're going to press it. You're going to hit the 3 dots. You're going to hit share. And it's going to take you to this screen. And now I'm going to hit email. And I'm going to write who I'm sending it to. I'm just going to send it to myself. And I'll work on sending it to my grandparents later. You can send it to your grandparents immediately though. And then you can label it whatever you would like. Because I'm just sending it to myself, I'm just going to write Happy Thanksgiving. But you can write whatever you would like. If I can write it right. Yeah, that's not working at all. Okay, take 2. Okay, and then you can write whatever you would like in the area that says compose email, but I'm just gonna leave that blank because I'm just sending this to myself. Sorry to make a homemade smiley face, not working. So you can just write whatever you would like there. Yeah, not that though. And then send, and then voila, you're sending out a Thanksgiving card, except you're probably going to want to send this closer to Thanksgiving, but I'm just showing you how. Okay, now we're moving on to the option for Google Slides. So what you're going to want to do is open the app, sign in, and now you're going to hit the plus. And you can hit choose template, but none of these are going to be what you want, I can promise you that. Now you're going to hit it, and you're going to hit it again. You can title it whatever you would like. I recommend just using the audio thing. It's so much easier. Now you can hit that, and that's going to have options, but what you can do is you can hit that area to the right of the screen, the very right. Hit it, and then you'll see thing that says change theme, and you're going to hit the theme you would like. I like this theme, so, okay. So now what I'm going to do is not do that now. So I'm going to get off of this blue thing. I'm going to hit the plus. I'm going to hit image. I'm going to go from photos. I'm going to pick the one that I used earlier. And I'm just going to make it small. And I'm going to put it to the side. And that's about where I want it. So now I'm going to delete that thing that's there by hitting delete and then pressing on it and then hitting delete. Now, since you cannot draw a turkey, you're going to have to go to the internet and you're going to have to search picture of a turkey. Now go to the images section. And then if you're not seeing anything you would like, you can hit you can scroll down. But if you're really not seeing anything you can hit the animated thing up there if you have it. And now you can find the turkey that you like. You can take a screenshot of it. And I'm liking the one with the hat, so I'm going to zoom in on it. And it's going to go big. I'm going to finish making the small adjustments, and I'm accidentally going to cut his feet off. Whoops. And I'm going to, Now I'm going to go back here, hit the plus sign, press image from photos, press the turkey guy, and make him small. Now, what I did was I pressed the plus sign again, and I looked for a thing that said text box, and I clicked it. Now I'm spreading it out to where I like it, and now I'm pressing the A with the 3 lines. I'm hitting the plus arrows to make my writing thing bigger, and now I'm going through the font list to see what I like. And this one that I have my arrow, the check thing on is the one that I'm going to choose because it looks a little bit Thanksgiving-y. Now I'm going to type out Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to play around with it a little bit, see how I can make it more creative and fun. And I like that. I'm sorry that it looks a little bit blurry for you on the screen. And now I'm going to select it. Oh wait, no. First I gotta move it around a little bit. Now I'm going to select it. I'm going to press that A with the lines again, and I'm going to make it bigger. Then I'm going to hit bold, which is the big B. And then I'm going to double tap in the area. Wait, no, that comes later. So now I'm going to play around with it a little bit. You can put this wherever you would like it. I like it in the middle though. And then there's the middle, and then the turkey a little bit lower. And then you can go and try to move him around, but he's not going to be square too, so you don't line through him. Now I'm going to double tap in the area that says double tap, and I'm going to type what I wrote on the last one, or I'll just use the audio thingy. And it's not working. Okay, weird. Now I'm going to go dear, comma, no, not comma. And you can skip through this area. I'm just going to warn you that when I was doing this, my keyboard was giving me a lot of weird errors and not really working, so I don't recommend watching this part. So just skip through it. Alright guys, I'm all done with it now, and now I'm noticing that he's getting cut off by the turkey, so I'm going to move it down. Okay. So now I'm going to hit the plus, hit the text box tab again, and I'm going to shrink my new text box. And I'm going to move it underneath my picture because since you might be sending this to a grandma who hasn't seen you in a while or something like that, you might want to say like who this is, if you have if there's twins that are identical or something like that, and you know what year or something. So whatever you'd like. I'm going to change the font, change the size, get my keyboard out and type. I'm just going to write Abigail, and then I'm going to go to the numbers. 20, no, that's a double 2, 2020. Now I'm going to teach you how to put a shape in, an arrow. So now I'm going to get rid of my keyboard. I'm going to hit that plus. I'm going to hit shape. And I did not mean to click that. Now I'm going to hit the back arrow to get rid of that. I'm going to go plus, shape, arrow, and then I'm going to hit the up arrow. Now I'm just going to fiddle around with this until I get it where I like it. And then I'm going to change the colors. So you can skip through this part if you don't want to watch me fiddle around with an arrow. And then when you click those arrows that go down, those lines that you can see, they will make it so your line is thicker. And now I'm deciding I like it on the other side more. Very, very complicated. And now you can click on that fill box, so it's like spilling paint, and you're just gonna can just change the colors around. I recommend something with that Thanksgiving theme. I'm liking this orange, and now I am done. Okay, now I'm gonna exit out of it, and I'm gonna press that 3 dots. Now I'm going to look on there until I see this thing that says share. And now I'm going to try to type out my name. Not working. No. Yeah, that is just really sloppy. Yeah, I don't think it's being able to read that. Nope. So what you will have to do is put your keyboard out, type out your grandparents' email, click it. You can leave that as editor, which means they can edit it. You can leave it as commenter, so they can comment on it. You can leave it as viewer, which is what I'm going to put out, which means they can view it. And then you can write a quick thing. I wrote, I love you. I know I'm just sending that to myself, but it's the point that counts, right? So, voila. Okay. So, that is, there, and then, yeah, I guess it doesn't work because I sent it to myself, but it'll be in my email, which is complicated. And if so, since that might not work for you, but if it does, it probably will, because it will work for you because you're using different email. I'm sending it to myself though. But if that does not happen to work, you can take a screenshot of it, put it down to the actual size, and email it to your grandma, parents, your aunts, uncles, and whoever. And put in their email. You can write a quick message in the subject area. I'm just going to put a squiggly line. And yeah, that put the weirdest thing. So there you go. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like in the actual email when they receive it. So this is for the Pages one. So this is what it's going to look like. I know it's a little bit blurry, but it looks much nicer in real person. It's just the thing that you're looking at. And then you see this is what they can see for this one. And then here was Whoops, that one. Here's the one where I took the screenshot and sent it. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's Art with Abigail. I'm sorry it was longer than usual, about 29 minutes. I hope you skip through the parts of me drawing the turkey and writing out the sentences with all those error corrections and stuff like that. Okay, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys are having a great November. Bye!